The unveiling of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced on April 23, 2026, marks a pivotal moment in Ubisoft's history, signaling a move away from the sprawling, level-gated RPG mechanics that have dominated recent entries and returning to a laser-focused, high-octane action-adventure experience. Developed primarily by Ubisoft Singapore on the cutting-edge Anvil engine, this project is a ground-up remake that transcends the typical remaster label by fundamentally rebuilding the core loop of combat, stealth, and naval warfare to meet current-gen standards, while meticulously preserving the swashbuckling soul of the 2013 original. The gameplay breakdown reveals a combat system that has been completely gutted and replaced. The legendary but often criticized counterkill loop is gone, replaced by a proactive, rhythmic system centered on perfect parries and visceral cinematic finishers that require genuine player engagement with enemy attack patterns. These patterns are signaled by modern color-coded weapon glints, red for unblockable attacks and yellow for parryable ones, triggering brutal takedowns that can be dynamically chained across up to 4 enemies in a single fluid motion. A mechanic that feels like a blend between the classic kill streaks of the Ezio era and the mechanical precision of AC Shadows. This revamped combat is supported by a new double-edged HUD located in the bottom corners of the screen, allowing for instantaneous mid-combo weapon cycling that lets Edward Kenway seamlessly transition from dual-sword flurries to hidden blade assassinations and quad-pistol barrages without ever breaking his momentum. Stealth has seen an equally transformative update, most notably in the total removal of the instant fail desynchronization for tailing and eavesdropping missions, which was arguably the original game's biggest pain point. In this new dynamic AI system, being spotted by targets like Blackbeard or Steedbonnet doesn't end the mission. Instead, the target reacts realistically. They may flee into a crowded market call for a phalanx of guards or attempt to bribe their way to safety, forcing the player to use the new Crouch Anywhere button and manual parkour ejects to navigate the environment and reacquire their mark. The parkour itself has been restored to satisfy longtime purists, reintroducing manual jumps, height-gaining back ejects, and side ejects, giving players a level of granular control over Edward's movement that hasn't been seen in the franchise for over a decade. On the high seas, the Anvil Atmos system elevates naval warfare into a tactical simulation where the Caribbean Ocean is no longer a static plane, but a reactive, terrifying entity. Rogue waves and tropical storms now possess physical mass that can capsize the Jackdaw if the player fails to steer into the swell or time their brace correctly. Combat between ships is deepened by an alternate fire arsenal, where players can swap standard round shot for shrapnel barrels to decimate masts or precision 8-pounders to target exposed hull weak points revealed during the heat of battle. The management of the Jackdaw is further enhanced by the recruitment of 3 unique story-critical officers, Lucy Baldwin the Padre and Deadman Smith, who offer specific passive buffs and unique naval abilities such as Smith's devastating double broadside shot, each tied to their own extensive side quest narratives that expand the lore of the crew. Narratively, the remake is a tour de force, with Matt Ryan returning to provide hours of newly recorded dialogue and performance capture that expands the emotional weight of Edward's journey, specifically focusing on his strained relationship with his wife Caroline, and providing more historical context to the downfall of the Republic of Pirates at Nassau. Technically, the game is a showcase of current-gen power, featuring ray-traced global illumination, RTGI, and fully modeled water displacement that makes every naval boarding feel like a cinematic masterpiece. With 60 FPS performance modes on consoles and cutting-edge DLSS 4. 5 FSR 4 support on PC, the remake also introduces a classic camera toggle for those who want the original FOV, alongside a narrative modern-day mode that streamlines the Abstergo office segments into optional lore files, keeping the focus squarely on the golden age of piracy. This breakdown confirms that Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is not just a trip down memory lane. It is a definitive evolution of the franchise's most beloved entry, scheduled to set sail on July 9, 2026, for PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC, offering fans a deep, 1,200-word worthy journey into the heart of the Caribbean that sets a new gold standard for what a video game remake should be, balancing nostalgia with bold modern innovation. The level of detail in the world building, from the 10 brand new sea shanties to the inclusion of cosmetic pets like monkeys and cats that roam the deck of the Jackdaw, ensures that every second of the gameplay experience feels immersive and rewarding. Furthermore, the inclusion of a hardcore pirate mode, which removes HUD elements and introduces limited resources for ship repairs, promises to give veterans a fresh way to experience Edward's transformation from a selfish privateer into a dedicated master assassin. As we look toward the July launch, it is clear that Ubisoft Singapore has poured their expertise in naval combat into this title, making it the most technically advanced maritime game ever created, featuring real-time hull destruction and dynamic crew AI that reacts to the shifting tides of battle. Whether you are a newcomer to the series or a veteran who spent hundreds of hours in the original 2013 release, Resynced offers a compelling reason to return to the Animus, proving that some legends never truly die, they just get better with time. The 8-minute gameplay demo showcased at the reveal ended with a breathtaking sequence of Edward infiltrating a jungle temple in a tropical storm, demonstrating the seamless transition between land and sea gameplay that remains the hallmark of the Black Flag experience. Now amplified by the sheer power of modern hardware and a more mature, refined approach to game design. This is the ultimate pirate fantasy, refined for a new generation of hardware and a more demanding audience, ensuring that the legacy of the Jackdaw will continue to inspire players for years to come. With the return of the original writing team, including Darby McDevitt, the narrative nuance is sharper than ever, highlighting the philosophical conflict between the Assassin Brotherhood and the Templar Order through the lens of pirate law and individual freedom. As the video concludes, the call of the ocean is louder than ever, beckoning us to reclaim our title as the most feared captain in the West Indies, backed by a game that finally matches the scale of our imagination with the reality of its execution. Prepare your crew, upgrade your cannons, and get ready to raise the Black Flag once more, because this remake is shaping up to be the gaming event of the summer of 2026. This comprehensive breakdown serves as the foundation for our deep dive analysis, ensuring every subscriber understands that this is not a mere cash grab, but a labor of love that honors the past while embracing the future of the Assassin's Creed franchise. The July 9th release date cannot come soon enough for those of us who have been waiting over a decade to see the Caribbean rendered in such breathtaking ray-traced detail, and we will be there on day one to cover every hidden chest legendary ship and assassination contract the game has to offer.